with the Sand King as first.
Okay. Game of chess has begun.
Naga or Alchemist is the question, and if they don't go for that, then we're gonna see surely Digital Chaos pick up one or the other and ban the other one.
Difficult to say though, because they open with Warlock. It might suggest they want to go for a more aggressive plan, but it could still work with
Rubik.
Well, Rubik, Sand King, that is a very, very, very Chinese opening, I would say. Like a lot of the Chinese teams like Rubik plus Sand King. Very, very flexible. You can go to, like Sand King can go to the off lane, can go for the 4-row. Still doesn't, reveal anything to your opponents, what you're up to, For DC, they're going to have to pick a partner with the Warlock right now.
Takes it away from Saxa as well. We've seen Saxa having some fantastic performances on Rubik.
Yeah, Rubik is still really good versus Warlock because of the spells that you could steal. Either you get the Fatal Bonds, the Rock.
We get the SD Luna coming through from DC. It's a pretty strong opening. I mean, I feel straight up already, Winter, you preferring one of these openings more than the other?
You mean Warlock Luna?
Yeah.
Warlock Luna.
Yeah, no SD Luna. That's
but
definitely not
Warlock Luna is not as flexible as what MP have right now. Rubik and Sand King, you have more variations with where you can go with Rubik, Sand King, whereas Warlock and Luna, it's pretty straightforward that they want to team fight you. They're going to take your towers, they're going to pressure you. Warlock and Luna, they're going to just run down one lane, push your towers when they want to team fight you. That's basically what DC wants to do. And you look at MP. What is MP going to do? You really do not know this.
This is literally this has revealed nothing.
This is like the first day when I saw you. I have no idea.
This
is what MP.
We bonded, haven't we, Winter? We have.
No.
Yeah, I was like, God, this guy is an absolute delight.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Owen. So good to meet you.
But you guys already knew each other, so.
Yeah, but apparently one of us bullied the other, Owen.
Yeah, according to Reddit. Yeah,
and you were older, so it's definitely you.
I am 4 months older, yeah.
You are.
4 months.
That's 4 long months.
So MP removes the Legion Commander, something that the teams have been starting to pick up a lot more today.
But people pick it up against illusions? And so far, NP hasn't really shown anything regarding illusions. Do you feel like it says something regarding what NP might try and do here?
I mean, this is just based on my observation, but I think that the teams really value him as an offlaner, initiator, because he has like multiple ways of helping your team. He has the stun removal. He's really good in the laning phase. He provides you with a short cooldown catch. He has D-push. He has a lot of useful tools for a team. And being good at dealing with illusions is also a bonus for the meta.
And the Keeper of the Light is the other one that gets removed. Digital Chaos got their hands on it previous game.
That's basically what you don't want to face up, because now DC are trying to do what MP are tried to do in the first game. They're trying to 5-man, so they do not want to be bothered by the Kotal Blast, and they do not want to be slowed down and annoyed by that. So I think that's a pretty good ban, and it gives us a really good idea of what DC are going to do this game. They're going to 5-man, they want to take towers, they do not want you to defend your towers.
There is always such a contrast, isn't there, from the first draft to the second. The first, it's like everyone's done their initial homework and they do their big initial, like, this is play 1. And then draft 2, it's suddenly like, okay, suddenly scramble, everything changes down to the remaining, 35 seconds in their time now for NP.
I mean, that's like the beauty of NP's opening. You really do not know what they're trying to do.
Do they?
I mean, they can adjust if they want to. I think that's one of the beauties of a second game in a series, always seeing who adjusts best and fastest. Because surely Digital Chaos, they won previous game very convincingly, but at the same time, they know that NP is going to adjust, and they're trying to think one step ahead about how NP is going to adjust and already adjust. Like, it's a mind game. It's a never-ending mind game. Yeah. It is chess indeed. 7 steps ahead, right, Winter?
Yep, just like my chess game with Alex yesterday.
Did you actually play?
Yeah, I tried. I basically played a game with him in the bar.
He lost in 15 moves, so faster than Owen.
I lost quicker than Owen.
There you go.
Well, you know you've messed up, right, when you move one pawn and Winter looks up from his phone and just goes, God. I got tutted at for my first move. Oh well.
I like that.
Only room for improvement. The only way is up. And there goes Sven. Okay.
Yep, one of AOI's like
classic
hero, and it's really good against the Warlock because you're able to kill the Rock in a few shots with your God Strength and give your team armor. So I think it's a pretty good counter towards the Warlock ultimate.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
Oh. What is he doing?
That's just a little tease. Little tease. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
There wasn't anything.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing happened, guys. Nothing happened.
Well, I guess you're happy now, right? There's no Alchemist, there's no Naga.
Honestly, I'm feeling good. Feeling very
Yet.
positive about this.
Can I add yet? Do you
Yet,
feel like there's still room?
I mean, you can't really fit it. It's unlikely that MP
mean,
are going to
we-
pick a Naga, but
Dude,
DC could.
Dude, we saw
They could pick the
we
Alch.
saw Alchemist Luna game. Oh my
Alchemist, I think, definitely could be on the cards for WeHunt.
nice.
Yeah. I got to give you some of those glasses. They're fantastic.
I feel like he's directly
They are
talking to me.
God. Earthshaker.
I gotta get me someone that actually puts the glasses on for me. That's what I need.
Guys, that's an Earthshaker.
That's pretty high. I mean, I'm looking forward to some massive Echo Slam Fatal
Yeah.
Bomb combinations.
Wait,
It's
is that a Moon Hero?
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I hope
could it be the
so.
Moonshaker coming back? Something that we've seen at previous
he-
big
he's
kind of Valve
very-
events.
He's very known for playing that hero.
The
Alex.
Moonshaker.
Yeah,
the
the Moonshaker.
Moonshaker.
But that's gonna give Rubik more spells to steal. So Rubik's gonna be pretty happy with that pick from DC. But it does give them very good combination
No.
with the Fatal Bonds.
Do not give Alchemist.
Do not give.
If that was
Give
the
Falcon.
thing.
Oh, I think a reason for a lot of people to get excited about this pick, SVG Elder Titan, this was one of the things that he was known for the most when he first kind of started to play with MP.
So everyone's kind of going to their signature heroes, it seems.
It's nice. I think this is exactly what you want to be seeing, especially from MP. Down a game, Alchemist is there. It's scary.
Okay. And you're attached to your headset.
I just realized that, yeah, I'm coming back.
Yeah. For people that missed it, Alex actually stood up and
He
walked
tried
away.
to.
He tried to
leave
escape
the
Alchemist.
job, basically.
But
yeah.
I really feel the good point is that I kind of like MP's draft so far against Hiao. They can force fights early on, but they need to. I mean, if it gets to the point where Weeha's kind of laughing away with the armlet radius and such, it's going to be pretty much potentially game over. It's going to be very hard for them to come back against a farmed Alchemist. But if Aoi gets ahead, you can get a huge amount of damage on this Sven with the God Strength. You can chunk down that Alchemist.
Natural
but you have
order.
to keep yourself on par.
Natural order plus the
Yeah.
Sven ultimate. That's a lot of damage there for MP Sven. So going late game, but then again, you have to understand that Sven is a lot slower than the Alchemist. If you're not going faster in the early game, you're not ahead. The Alchemist just pulls away in terms of network very quickly. And he's not the only problem you're going to have. There's a Luna. That's
There's a lot of team fight on DC and late game insurance policy with the Alchemist there, and it feels like NP they're good with fighting, but I'm not sure how they will do in a full 5-on-5 team fight. I feel like maybe even Digital Chaos is slightly ahead, depending on if it is a Moonshaker or not.
Jackie Ma's going to pick something weird like a Death Prophet, I think. I don't know what he's going to do.
Death Prophet.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
push.
okay, Winter's got a feel.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Got a little feel, but he's going to play some weird hero, I think.
I'm feeling Jackie Mal bringing out the old Queen of Pain again, personally.
Please,
Come on.
I actually think
Quap.
we'd get a
Let's get it out here on the main
swear
stage.
word. We would get a swear word out of Winter if we saw a Quap.
There's
There's the
okay.
axe. That's the first one.
So
Nice
in
front
terms
runner.
of what we're going to be seeing, it is looking to be what the support of Shaker and Moon on the axe, would you imagine?
Yeah, support Shaker.
Yeah, support Shaker then.
Okay, no Moonshaker.
Well,
for now.
unless they're
No
trying to do something greedy with a jungle axe
Yeah.
and offlane of Shaker. But I
Can
thought,
they be greedy against NP's
dude,
lineup?
they already have Alchemist and Luna. What more do you want to be do? You want to
They
be
can
more
be
greedy?
more greedy, more money.
What do they go for here, though? Final pick. I mean, MV, he could play something like the Dragon Knight, something that's going to be able to
Yeah.
lane
Yeah,
up against
okay,
the Alchemist,
sure.
stand in the acid spray. You've got that extra armor.
Oh,
I'd still love to see a Queen of
He's
Pain,
going to
but
show us the Terrorblade mid against Alchemist.
he's not going to do that.
10,
Don't be silly.
It's just
Winter.
Jackie Mao. You know.
6,
Cool.
What's he going to do?
4.
It's
Oh,
a
the
Timber Saw. Okay.
I mean, there's 3 melee strength heroes on the side of DC, so straight up kind of looking to deal with that one.
But do they have a timing window?
Definitely. I mean, against this Alchemist strat, I mean, you've already got a team that's going to absolutely love the Aghanims being
They
given
have
out.
pretty good heroes at dealing with the Alk, though. I don't know about timing. Their late game seems pretty good against the Alk.
Okay.
Okay, it's locked in. NP versus DC. Digital Chaos are 1 win away from a semi-final spot here at the Boston Major. We heard from them themselves. They felt like they'd been underestimated by their opponents, and now NP are just 1 loss away from being eliminated here in the quarters. It's time for them to prove and show what they're worth. 1 game of Dota to determine their fate. Your casters are ready, so let's jump in without further ado to another fantastic game of Dota.
Game number 2, DC versus MP. Who is going to take it? Digital Chaos looked very convincing in game 1, but game 2 is a whole different kettle of fish, gods.
Game 2, it's DC with a similar big game, greedy carry, the Naga to the Alchemist, but DC up against a very different NP lineup. This time it feels like NP have adjusted, are looking to tackle the problem directly. They picked up the Timber, they picked up the Elder Titan. They want to be able to try and limit what the Alchemist can do. We'll see how it works.
Is this going to be enough, though? Like, as the panel was saying, like Sheev was going to say, this DC lineup is going to really earn real money. How does NP try and stem that?
Well, they want to try and hit some early game timings. The Sven, well, obviously you want to kind of farm up your Ancients and get those items up first, but normally Sven hits this 3-item timing where he's got Helm of the Dominator, Blink Dagger, and Echo Saber. Once you get that 3rd item, the Blink Dagger, that's where you go. You take smokes, you play aggressive, but even before then, the lane stage, they want to use the Rubik, Sand King, Elder Titan to really set a fast tempo, try find some early pickoffs. Don't let DC just sit back and farm and chill in their jungle using the Alchemist. So we'll see how well they can play the early game aggression, because that's not really a style that they're necessarily known for. They're more normally they're the ones being the greedier team, which is not the case here.
Well, the laning phase is going to reflect that. For now, Weehaw is just dancing a nice little jig over on the Dire side, knowing he's going to get this first rune. This time it's no competition for the bottom rune. There's DC ensuring the top rune for Weehaw. Unless MSS and Rose have some kind of shenanigans planned. We did see a Rubik get a telekinesis grab and then rune denial, but Rose is too late to the rune. So that is not going to happen today. Or again today.
Yeah, so I really like the out pick. It really pulls NP's draft together nicely. It's just like, how much is this an Envy hero? I haven't seen him play it all too much. It's not like a hero that's like kind of his expected hero pool. You think Envy, you're thinking your ODs, your Razors, your Invokers, but playing what's needed for his team here, and it is a very good matchup when he comes head-to-head against the Alchemist. Problem is, Alchemist can lose his lane and get outplayed, but then he's got bounty runes. Then he's got jungle stacks to fall back to. So it doesn't really matter if the lane doesn't go as well as you'd like as an Alchemist, as long as you're getting some runes.
For now, he doesn't have jungle stacks, and for now, we should also probably keep our eyes a little close on top lane.
Yep.
Misery hovering around. Can't really get close enough for a fissure block. Also understands the ET stomp's going to cause some problems. But the stacks which you're talking about for the Alchemist, they don't exist because Moon is starting inside the jungle. Iron Talon first, disgusting. He'll be playing that jungle, thank you Moon. And then the bottom lane, AUI has a completely free lane, alone as the Sven.
Yep, he's going to look to just push the lane as much as possible, which frees up the pull camps for Rose. So Rose on Rubik is going to get some CS, some farm, as well as levels in the jungle, trying to maximize their efficiency early on.
Fissure out from Misery and the Burrow Strike.
Okay.
Catching MSS doesn't make as much sense just because the Burrow Strike lets him go underneath that stone wall.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the jungle is the big thing that Alchemist doesn't have just yet. But if things start going poorly for him, got to imagine Axel look to free it up for him later on. Perhaps not till like 5-6 minutes in, but once Alk doesn't jungle until he hits level 6, level 7 anyway. So for the time being, this setup works just fine for them, and it really is DC playing the greed game as far as not even contesting the off lane. They're not looking to keep NP supports busy. This is basically them saying, we're going to just out-farm you. Your supports can do whatever. Your carry can free farm away. We're going to beat him.
Well, as long as your top lane can survive it, MSS has to Burrow Strike away. Resolution has another Lucent Beam available, combining it with the Shadow Word. Okay, that Lucent Beam, the damage, they have enough! From range, DC will find the first blood. Misery's in the neighborhood with a fissure, and very wisely, SVG will back out.
They didn't even need Misery for that one. That's not the first blood that MP were hoping to give up in that off lane. Considering the Earthshaker wasn't even there, it is a bit of a misstep coming from NP. We'll see if they look to continue their pressure in that lane.
ET Illusion is currently chasing him. He was just farming. That Illusion does practically nothing to that axe.
2 damage.
That's huge, massive, drastic change in his.
I mean, he heals faster than he takes damage, Illusion, but it will be able to block the camps, so that's at least one nice small way to slow down the farm.
But this is around that time that Axe is happy to go to the bot lane. Like, you got your boots, you got your Talon, you got almost 5 levels onto the Axe. So he's very, very happy. Weehaw copying a lot of damage. Misery ready there to throw out the fissure. He's more of a babysit. Weehaw still salving up, and Envy, he's pretty deep. He's got 10 reactive armor charges up, and now the TP is coming, but it's Axe coming over. Envy, too deep, can't pull out, and now maybe with the spin, Envy down low. Whirling Death gave him a little bit of space. Bottle charge up quickly. They actually had the movement speed thanks to the early point up from Battle Hunger, but Moon, he needs something. Envy up the hill, 1 second till call. Fissure is out, and Envy is still down. Finally down! That armor is effective. SVG also forced out of the top lane. Thanks to the Fatal Bonds, he's actually tied into the catapult. They can attack the catapult and bring him down. They realized it. But the damage was still enough with Lucent Beam. The Observer Ward on the hill gave them very clear vision.
That is the dream start for DC. Dominating their safe lane in the 3v2 setup and now getting the kill onto Envy's Timbersaw mid lane. Normally a hero in the mid lane who just doesn't go down unless you really commit 3 or 4 heroes. They do bring 3 heroes there, but it doesn't really feel like they do considering Alchemist just sat there farming. He didn't even chase. He threw an acid spray and then just backed off.
Bottom lane.
His contribution was very minimal.
Moon has managed to cut the lane, so he gets in, looking for the call, doesn't have it, but a fissure block from Misery. He waited for the perfect time. Axe, where's the spin for the ding? Misery! Okay. Totem him down. Give that bonus 100%. That's one way to ensure you get through the Warcry armor.
Well, is this going to be the same thing as last game, winning all 3 lanes? DC can't really claim they're winning the mid lane considering that Alchemist only has 12 CS currently. And ET makes a nice move to swoop on in. Prevents one of the stacks from happening. As I think he's well aware that Wii is at that point where he doesn't want anything to do with this mid lane. He just expects himself to be able to farm faster in the jungle and we'll try and contest this.
Oh, this is a pain lane. Saksa actually commits the Sentry Ward under the tier 1 tower looking for MSS. Managed to get the Shadow Word off directly after, but MSS burrow strikes into the trees. Not much mana left, but mid lane's probably going to be where we look for the kill. Envy again on the wrong side of the river. Misery starts with his stun, follows up. The Storm Bolt's coming in, but with the rotation from Resolution, they have more than enough magical damage. The problem is they look very tired while they're asleep in the tier 1 in the mid tier 1 tower.
They had the Eclipse there, but too many creeps in the neighborhood, and the Fissure not quite on the side for Axe to get in range for the call, and really nice positioning from ET to be there to help him out. Sanking top getting very low again, and that high ground cliff ward's causing him a lot of problems.
Resolution wants this rune. He doesn't have a bottle. Envy does, and it's going to steal the bounty. And on bottom lane, it's just the regen for Sven. Okay. Ships in the night. Looks like Envy is up here contesting Weehar as well inside the jungle. Doesn't want to let this Alchemist have any level of free farm. Doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, and Envy's obviously going to be a lot more scared about the rotations of the DC players. Misery still missing on the map.
Coming in, not expecting to be able to kill off Weehar, but hoping to obviously limit the Alchemist farm, even taking these small ones.
Misery's coming. Envy is really overstaying his welcome. But Timberchain will have a lot of confidence, knowing there's no concoction.
They've got Luna coming in. The Eclipse is the tool that they need most if they want to get this kill, and Radiant Observer spots the Luna.
It doesn't see Misery, however, and Envy, well, right now he's kind of gone bush.
He's getting greedy.
Trying to hide.
He wants to block the camp before he TP's out.
Courier is going to fly right over the top of Eternal Envy. No Courier kills in this game just yet. And then a quick smoke. This was out of range of vision of MP.
I mean, that's the Envy efficiency. He doesn't want to TP 2 seconds before the neutral respawn. He wants to TP as the neutral respawn gets blocked, so just making that extra little bit of an efficient play to limit
Resolution. The timing might be perfect. A quick Lucent Beam. He doesn't have to commit much more. The Lucent Beam will connect. SK in the trees. He's got no way to cut through. MSS. Fog of War is his friend. And maybe now Rubik, Rose steals Lucent Beam, picks up the Luna, throws it back, gets us on over on the Earthshaker, but then Eclipse is just committed. You can see Rose making a break for the Trolls, hoping for a denial, but with that one hero down, now DC with the catapult can push into the tier 1 tower. Unless SVG can do something to slow this down. Spirit Stomp is not a bad way.
Got to land it though, and nice little sidesteps will tempt.
Misery has Fissure still. Even if SVG thinks he's got this, he doesn't got anything.
Yeah, TP was cancelled upon by Moon. Moon is actually going in aggressive. He's got a dunk.
Well, with the spin, if he can get in range, Rose TP's just in time. Telekinesis grab will pull him away. Now there's a call available for Rose. He might be able to actually hold the axe here.
Oh, Moon is just playing like a boss in this bottom lane. He knows there's nothing that can stop him. He sees AUI again.
Make a run for him, but AUI feels like bait. EE is on the way. Careful not to cut
He's
away the
cutting his way
trees.
through.
The rest of MP actually need to have that fog of war to work. So Timber Chain forward, Rose with a pickup. Now the call, pulling back in range of the tier 1 tower. But Dark Creep Wave stops taking the damage. Maybe he'll start hitting Moon, but Saxa arrives. He's got Fatal Bonds plus Rock. They do not want to fight into this one. What's stolen? It's just going to be Shadow Word. Will give good regeneration to Envy if he wants to keep running forward, but Moon and Saxa are leaving.
Moon just like 1v3 at the bottom lane. Timber rocks up, can't even turn that kill around. That was some ballsy play from the DC offlaner.
Eternal Envy should be dead. Fatal Bonds connects, the Fissure, not the greatest target in the world. Moon will have to run it down in order to get this call off. Able to do so, doesn't want to stand inside the Shark Room, but when they drop the rock instantly into the Culling Blade, it might look like overkill, but it's still going to let them pressure this tier 1 tower very quickly.
Yeah, it was necessary to burst the Timber. Without the rock damage, he wasn't in the dunk range, and the kill may have been lost. So they guaranteed a kill and set themselves up to push the tower.
Trouble? No, wait, hang on. That's only a level 5. SK, where is his levels? Where is his net worth? He's at 1500.
Oh my God, he's number 10.
Well, that's not good. The bottom 3 net worths right now are between like 1680 and 1560, and they all belong to NP.
Oh, the smoke here from NP at top.
That's a good Lucent Beam steal, but he can't get in range for
They
resolution.
didn't get the telekinesis off with the Windlace, the movement speed, able to outstrip what NP were doing. That wasn't a very, like, they just smoked and ran straight at him down the lane. They didn't try and flank him, come in from behind. It was a pretty lackluster attempt at the kill onto the Luna there. And Resolution easily avoids it, so it feels like NP just getting a bit desperate here as DC up 7-0, up a huge amount of farm. Alk has 6.6k net worth. Sven is not farming well at all. Sven hasn't even got his Helm of the Dominator yet.
And Axe just picked up a Blink Dagger. The danger zones on this map are everywhere, and Eternal Envy bond him up. Blink, call, Fissure will hold him there for a little bit longer. He's not in dunk range. Reactive Armor's going to help him. If only he could Timber Chain. Wasn't possible. And Moon is able to get the swish.
Well, with a Blink this early on, DC have all the tools to control the temp of this game, and this is where it doesn't matter how the Alchemist lane went. He's one
Oh, they
on top
see
of the net worth,
AUI.
and 2 farming
AUI's
fine.
just farming underneath the Dire Observer Ward. Axe can't get close enough to get the blink off. He ran down the wrong way. This allows SVG to come over, gets the stomp on the Earthshaker. Remember, Axe might be willing to fight this. Okay, maybe not so. That's a God Strength Sven that just did not need to be fought.
You give that one up. You're getting free farm on your Alchemist in the jungle, on the Luna at top. No need to spill more blood on your side just to save your kind of 5 position Earthshaker. He's not really getting a hollow farm now. Misery, of course, the 4 position player, but finally we'll see MP with a bit of an ancient stack. They are going to farm it with Envy, helping tank this one for Aoi.
And with AUI getting this, at least he can get closer to that armlet. To the BKB. Already has the Helm of the Dominator.
Fairly low here, and without the God Strength, it is a bit slower than they'd hoped. But
Question mark, where is MP's items?
he's 0. I mean, he's just dying a lot. He's not got any items, Toby.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to it.
That's a very accurate answer.
He's had a rough time. There's been a lot of pressure. He's overextended in the mid lane. Definitely showing that he's not as comfortable on Timbersaw as these other more NVS mid heroes. It's a great pick for this game, a very good counter pick for the Alchemist, but overstepping his limits in the mid lane. He was creep skipping the mid lane, sitting behind the tier 1 tower, and he got punished for it. The Earthshaker and Axe rotations have been on point, and DC
Speaking of which,
have limited what he
here
can
they
do.
go again. Moon looks towards Eternal Envy, blinks forward, gets the call. Timber Chain won't work with the Fissure control. Timbersaw low, but not low enough with the dunk. So Envy's able to chain himself up and into the hillsides.
Couldn't get the Lucent Beam off. Rezo was a little bit further behind, but it does still look like DC maybe poised to take this tier 1 mid, but NP already pressuring up top in a decent spot themselves.
Wow, okay, there's a nice little kill back. So there's the second kill for MP. Both have been on the Earthshaker, but times are about to get tough. A 13-minute Radiance is coming on the Courier to Weeha. At the time DC push, they still have their big ultimate up. Saxa has that Rock of Valor. Moon able to get the Blink Call onto SVG. Now the Rock will drop. Not much of a Fatal Bond connection, but it's still enough to ensure the ET will fall.
Might not be able to get this tower now. There's a lot of ultimates
Envy.
just for one.
Oh, Moon almost got the call off. It won't happen. Concoction flies out from Weeha, and now Envy turns to fight so low. The Radiance is burning him out. Alchemist will find the kill with that Burrow Strike 4 from MSS, but he's locked in thanks to the fissure that Rose stole. The call will bring him in with the dunk. Everyone from DC gets a buff, and they look for more. The Observer Ward scouted out AUI, moving down to the bottom lane, and DC know they can freely push to even the tier 2 tower now.
This does not look like an Alchemist who got pressured in lane and jungle. He had jungle camps constantly being blocked. He had his jungles being stolen by Envy coming in to take like all kinds of different neutral creeps, but still the 13-minute Radiance and not just looking to keep farming with it. Weeha joins his team, fights around this strong early game Radiance time. And whenever he's got the Chemical Rage up between Armlet and Chemical Rage, he's pretty unkillable in that front lines. Envy doesn't have the damage upward yet. Only 2 points in Whirling Death, 2 points in Timber Chain, the single point in Chakram. He doesn't have levels as a Timber Sword to pose a big enough threat.
It seems odd. Now he's going to try and battle against Moon, who gets the call off, and Envy follows him unwillingly.
Not by his own choice, by any means. Moon was just looking to farm there. He kind of blinked in and didn't realize Envy was on top of him until half a second later.
I don't think he's going to care that much now. He's completed a Vanguard. This is an insanely tanky Axe, which NP can't kill, even because Envy is the one who is meant to be able to deal with him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for... That's the thing. Even if Sven catches up in farm, there's going to be potential Crimson Guard on the Axe. There's Alchemist who can build into the Shiver's Guard, into the Assault Crest, all kinds of armor items there. He can get blocked off in fights by fissures.
They want to use Misery as bait. Now Axe Blink,
Echo
call
Slam.
again! Caught him with the Echo, the Fissure, the Dunk! Everything is just sweet and fluid for DC.
Yeah, they're making all these good moves where they don't have to bring in 3 or 4 heroes. It feels like when NP go for a kill, it's like 3-4 heroes just to kill an Earthshaker. For DC, it's like 2-man gank. They have a Blink Axe. All he needs is a +1. When you can gank with a Blink Initiator and just have one hero partner up with him, that's when things are going very sweet. Alchemist has not had to come to a fight the entire game.
There goes your SK. MSS tries to hide. Sandstorm won't keep him hidden long enough. So Warlock finds the kill with the Fissure, the ET splitter. Third death, 100% Misery.
Yeah, it's not so fun, but he's playing just very aggressive with his positioning, which is not to fault or anything. It's how DC are in such a good spot because of some of his movements. Killing the Timbersaw on numerous occasions. It's been really good aggressive play from Misery, but every now and then you get punished. An Earthshaker, very slow hero with no escape, so... Now the tower, Weeha's involved in this one once again. He's now got the Boots of Travel. And they can even go for Roshan if they want fairly soon.
As long as they can hold on to the rest of their lanes, Misery will take care of the top. Luna finishes up an entire Hurricane Pike. Not even a Dragon Lane, it's a Hurricane Pike 16 minutes in.
They've got more bounty runes coming the way of Alchemist. And yeah, this is really do or die time for NP. They need to think aggressive plays they can make. And I mentioned the 3-item timing on Sven. The Blink Dagger is, I imagine, coming next.
Oh, Envy just wanted to farm. Resolution's going to be here. Lucid Beam won't hit. Concoction flies out. Misery's able to get the stun. Kind of on the wrong side of the Fissure, however. So Eternal Envy just makes a break for the top lane. And he'll TP back away to safety in just a sec.
Yeah,
or will he?
It's Envy. You never quite know what he's going to do. Always plays that, goes for that extra creep wave or that extra bit of efficiency.
He's cutting all the way back past the tier 2 tower. Right now, Greenpeace is not his friend.
Is he going to take this creep wave? Has the Arcane Rune. Look like it.
Well, the creep wave just passed.
He knows his team is coming towards his top lane. Yeah,
he thinks someone from DC is going to fight this, but everyone from DC has already left. They don't want a bar of him.
Yeah, they seem to be well aware that this Sven is in fact bait. And they see the Sven top, expect heroes behind him. They say they're all top, we take Rosh. Tier 2 top tower for Roshan. A fine trade in DC's mind.
Yeah, because this is also going to set DC up. Once they have the Aegis to the Immortal, you're looking to go high ground. You've got your combination up. The Alchemist is in a position now where he's going to be very comfortable fighting and not just having to split push this game out. And we'll see if MP's up to the task to defend.
That's kind of what separates the good Alchemist players from the Alchemist players that just go through the motions, picking up the classic items, the Radiance, the Armlet into Radiance, Boot to Travel, Manta, Star Octarine. It's the ones that know when they can fight. The fact that he fights when he had just Radiance and Armlet because he knew he was ahead. And now he can actually push high ground before he hits some of those item timings. A lot of Alchemist players are just like, oh, I do nothing until I'm 6-slot. No, this hero is very powerful if you are in fact ahead. So fighting around the Alchemist is definitely a way that DC can look to play this one out. And they do not want to give NP too much breathing room just to make plays happen.
But you can see NP are also very timid, so even if the play is good to go out, and that tier 2 tower still didn't even fall. Digital Chaos took care of it.
Yep.
The Axe was sitting behind the tower, but NP potentially could have forced the push with that many heroes they had and got some kind of trade, but they don't even get that.
It really shows the team with no vision. They're playing scared. They don't
Top
know
lane,
for sure.
Weeha actually BT's in with the concoction already prepared, stunning into Eternal Envy. Almost a whoa, boy! Okay. That is a Mack truck, and he is planted on the grill.
Yikes. That's a worrying sign. Alk solo killing your mid. Envy now 1 and 6 on the mid. Timbersaw. Really signs of the current state of affairs here for Team NP. It's a very desperate position to be in. They need to make use of this Blink Dagger they've now picked up on the Sven. Had to wait for his God Strength and use that to farm the Ancients, and once he's got it back up, it really feels like you've got to go for a smoke and go for a big initiation. It's so risky because of the counter initiation from a Warlock, from an Earthshaker, from an Axe. There's 3 huge counter initiation, but you've still got to do something. You can't sit back and give DC the game, letting them farm and take everything on the map.
I would say the Blink Dagger on the SK might help him too, so MSS has that, but he's being shut down so heavily. There's still a level 1 epicenter.
He just got the Tomb of Knowledge, so he gets that XP up. He's now level 2 at least.
All right.
He's going to look to probably hide in the trees, but if you're DC, you may just push very safely, only have Rezo in the front lines.
Wow, okay. Earthshaker has his own Blink Dagger. So you can have that Echo Slam. Weeha's already left. Goes to bottom lane, triggers off the Mana Style. Eternal Envy was trying to push this lane out, but Weeha
could just
reads the maneuver, and Weeha, we'll see how much damage he's got. Chemical Rage is on cooldown for the moment, but Concoction will hit, and Timbersaw, there's no way! He can't survive it! EE caught outside the base.
Yeah, tough. He knows there's a lot of heroes top. He wants to get that bit of extra farm before defending, and Weeha just happens to be in the right place. Perhaps could have backed when he saw the illusion, since that's a telltale sign that, hey, Alk is nearby, he just used Manta, but you've got to really push your hero to the limit when you're behind as much as NPR right now, and Weeha able to punish that.
And all he wanted to do was just farm up more. Picks up more bounty runes on the way around. He's got 3.7k gold on the Alchemist, and it looks like it's Nocturne build. BT's to the top lane, so he's got so many more stats ready to push this top. SVG going to miss on the stomp. In fact, it's going to get fissured. It's a little bit further back, but DC are okay with this. They're here for the tower. Once they have the tower, Resolution's Glaives are going to tear NP in two.
Oh, that tower's dropping fast.
At least Rose has the Chemical Rage, so he's got a little bit more sustain. But yep, there goes your towers. Fishes are out. Moon waiting for the blink. He actually has it on cooldown for the moment. Eternal Envy is actually being forced back out again. The Resolution's just open on the range tracks.
And Battle Hunger on Aoi means he can't blink into an initiate. That's a big problem for them right now. They get a lot of good permanent damage on the rain tracks. The melee racks will be healing up, but I imagine DC are not going anywhere. They want to come back in here.
Yep. Range racks is gone. Glaives continue to bounce around too. Where's your jump? There's the epicenter. MSS goes in. Misery's low, but he still gets a stun off. The Stomp, it might be enough, but no, it's not. Suxa gets his ulti to drop down with the rock. It is all the momentum going the way of DC. The Earthshaker might have fallen, but Resolution stands his ground. The BT's back. AUI looking for some kind of kill, but even then when he TP'd forward, he instantly blinks into defense. And it's Envy caught on the wrong side of the tracks. It's already a double kill for Weeha. Moon will dunk it down, but it's Resolution with a triple kill, and GG! DC will not only 2-0 MP out of the Boston Major, they will obliterate them.
That was a stop, Toby. From Game 1, 25-minute Naga victory. Game 2, 25-minute Alchemist victory. You're talking these, Alchemist not the biggest of late game heroes, but heroes that normally win games around the 35 to 40-minute mark. No, DC win all their lanes, outplay NP badly. This was just pristine play coming out from Digital Chaos.
And the only reason why this wasn't a one-punch knockout is the fact that NP were forced to play 2 games. This is brutal, and I would feel very, very sorry for any team that has